Afternoon, party people. Bondo here. According to the weather, it's raining here right now, but according to me, it's not. So we're going to take this time to attempt to do something that we've been putting off for, I don't know, quite a while. Our 2001 Cadillac, silver. 254,000 miles. She has earned herself a new set of valve cover gaskets. She has decided that she is a Harley Davidson and she likes to scent mark her trail, which I don't drive the thing that often, so it's hard to check the oil every time that you drive something. And you know, because we've got the good mileage out as we have, I'd rather it, well, not leak oil. That'd just be better. So we're going to put some gaskets on here and see how much this sucks. And as soon as I say that, I hear thunder. So we'll probably have a rain delay, but we'll do what we can do until then. First thing you want to do, these little guys here. They're plastic nuts. Take them off there. Hey, and since it's raining, we're gonna go ahead and take advantage of that. Leave this here out in the rain, right? Oh, and we'll just screw these guys back on here. That way we don't lose them. Let's see. We got our. I'm figuring probably most of the stuff we're going to have is probably a 10 millimeter, because that's what they like to use. Okay, we'll get this piece. I already put. This is supposed to have them little push clips on it or whatever, but I took them off one time and forgot that I'd taken them off one time, so I went ahead and left them off. I'll have to take a coil loose. This bolts that. Guys, get us this little container to put our bolts in. Taking some big assembly apart. It's always good to, you know, bag your parts, you know, label them, so that way you don't get the stuff all mixed up. These guys, like most GM stuff, little tab in the center. Push down, pull it off, and of course it looks like we're going to have to pull this stupid thing off to get to this valve cover off on this side. It looks like we can get what we can get to, then we'll deal with the stupid stuff. Put them in a box. It's like you got 3 per side. Three per side, and probably going to be a couple of them on the end. Yeah, of course, that's not going to be the same size. That makes sense, wouldn't it? Alright, looks like we have to get a wrench for a few things. Get an extension here for these. Not on there. Guess I can't get quite the right angle to get on there. Now, yay! Get us a little bit of a. We'll get us a swivel. That'll get a little bit more angle that we need. I keep telling you guys I'm going to get organized. And this is yet another day I'm telling you guys that I'm going to get organized. But I found the swivel relatively quickly. So we'll get him on there. Let's start him on there so he feels happy. Does not seem happy. The socket seems a little bit stripped. That's fantastic. Yeah, it's a little bit smooth there, guys. That's no good. We'll dig another one up. Alright, we got us another one here. So he's loosened up on this side. Huh. Looks like these bolts appear to be a little different from one another. This one side has these sleeves, and the other side doesn't. And the side that doesn't is what's facing the front. And I suppose this would be, if this were a V8 in the opposite direction, this would be a driver's side. This transmission sits over here. People don't like these motors. I don't really get it. I got 254,000 miles out of this thing. I think a lot of what it is. So I think what this, it still has, I haven't fixed it because I don't care. It has where the plug is for the radiator, for the coolant bottle right there, it leaks a little bit of water around that plug. Not that much, maybe like a quart every year, if that. If you don't check your oil, check your fluids, which that's a habit that so many people have gotten out of. A lot of people own their cars and have never had the hood up on the car. I don't understand that, but not everybody is like me, which is probably a good thing. Where are you? Way down there in Crustville? Well, I almost bet they want you to take this support off. It looks like they do. So I guess we can since we're here, right? But I have nothing better to do. Hey, there's a 10 as well. I tell you, 10 millimeter. That is such a popular size. 10s and 13s. And they trick you, then they'll throw an 8 or something in there just for doesn't make any sense at all. Well, they got these we think 15s. Let's guess. I'm gonna go with 15. And you can tell from the sound of all the bumbling around that yes, I have not organized my sockets either. I was gonna win some the other on auction, whatever, but I did not. So I'm not really all that big a hurry, so I take my time. We got to take the air box off too. Jeez, see, life, when it should be easy, challenges you. And of course, it looks like they felt they needed to have 8 bolts holding this on. You take this plate off here at the end. I replaced the cam belt. I replaced the serpentine belt just to, I don't know. This belt's got a couple hundred thousand miles on it. It's earned a fresh piece of rubber. Hope you guys are doing good. You guys are working on your junk. Seems like I get thing about having too many cars. And I got a bunch of old cars that I want to get to, do stuff to them. Then you got a whole bunch of cars. You know, everything, you know, like children. So you live in your house, you got to feed them every once in a while. And then if you're a big old procrastinator like me, sometimes it all just seems to add up on you. Looks like this bolt, you have to take the thing next to it loose off just to get it out of the way. I don't want to do that. That looks like it's been on there for a long. Oh, that's been on. I had to take, that was a pain. I had to take that off when I did the cam belt. Yeah, it's gonna come off. Now, yeah, it's past the belt, so we'll call that good. Does that work for you? It works for me. I'll go down here. Let's see, and I still have the one left. Oh, but what did I do with the extension? Do you know? There it is. Get him off. Yeah, hell, I ain't gonna take that thing off. Oh, yeah, see? There's a screwdriver. You hear it? I heard it. You gotta love it. You know, that's why they make spaces between radiators and front ends of cars. You know, so small. But I knew it was gonna happen. So I have a bunch of these telescoping magnets. Whee! Magic. We'll leave him up there. We'll put that up there beside it. This radiator hose. Let's just see if we can get this guy out of the way. Oh, that's terrible. I don't know why they gotta make extensions like that. We should make them tight enough that they don't walk around. That's why I have that piece of tape on there. Alright, then we got one of those with the sleeves. So it must be just the outers and inners. They're sleeved. Get this guy out. Yeah, as tight as that bolt was. I wouldn't be surprised if these things, after they got a little bit brittle, kind of pinched themselves and cracked. Because these gaskets are supposed to be just rubber. They're rubber, you shouldn't have to put that much torque on. At least I don't think so. All right. We got them off. Got a vacuum hose. Oh, it's plastic. Oh, look at that, guys. That was ripped right there. Yeah, we'll trim that up a little bit when we put that back together. Okay. Apparently I have a few more to get. Looks like I just got. We got a coil. Looks like the rain is coming. That's all right. We're gonna do what we can do. Yes. And that is why they want you to take them bolts out, I suppose. You guys hear the wind picking up? This will be one of them to be continued, probably, unless it blows over. I tell you, being able to find bolts and stuff to line up wrenches and stuff like that when you're there's kind of an art to it. Well, I guess you just kind of have to think about where stuff is on one side, and chances are it's going to be maybe located in the same place on the other side. You know, it seems like they'll go out of their way to bend lines to where they're in the way. What you want to do. All right. The rain is a-coming, people. It'll likely be tomorrow. But I'll see you soon. All right, guys. We're back to work here on this Cadillac. It's been raining. I've been doing other stuff, so you're kind of just going along with me as I go, right? Anyways, back to the car. Anyways, to get this valve cover off, General's Cadillac's GM design was wonderful enough. It's the case in most new cars. They don't want you to be able to work anything to pull this valve cover off. See, I'm going to have to take this cover off. I'm probably going to have to take the cam chain loose because I can see there's a bolt right down in there between that I can't get because the cam chain tensioner where it bolts on, I can't get a socket on that bolt, so I'm gonna have to take that loose. Yeah. So anyways, I'm gonna get you back here and I'll probably do a little bit of a time-elapse stuff because, well, I'm just gonna use a ratchet. I don't feel like listening to air tools, and I'm not in all that big a hurry. So I'm going to take out these 4 bolts and then we'll see what we're getting into. You guys enjoy the ride because, you know, I'm doing the car stuff. A lot of people are doing the car stuff. But I want to give you some unsigned original music from around the world. Where else are you going to find it? Right here, Bonsai 66. See you in just a second, except I'll be moving fast.
protect me. Please don't reject me.
Alright guys, just about, I had to get my puller out, that's what I was getting out. I'll go ahead and get you over here so you can see. And of course, in our new cars, they do stupid stuff to, I don't know, it's because they don't want you to work on them. Anyway, I'm having to pull this cam pulley off of here, because it looks like the valve cover goes all the way around it, and I'm going to need to work this off of it. So we got our coupler on here. We cranked it down to where it had tension on it. Now we're holding it back and using the nut to run the nut up the threads, which is in turn pulling the pulley off. You got to pull it off, then you got to press it on again, so they can make things difficult. But you work on the full cars and stuff, a puller is something that you're going to have for a number of things. And it looks like it's getting a bit sideways on us. Oh, we got it that close. We're gonna have to reset ourselves. We got a little, yep, it's still on there. I was thinking it's been nice. It hasn't been raining for about 15 or 20 minutes. So we got our pulley there. It's still in good shape. I don't see any cracks. We'll get him, we'll set him on the box. We'll put our tool away, because if we don't, we will lose it before we need to put it back on. I have 2 sets of these. Bought 1 set. And it didn't show up, it didn't show up, it didn't show up. I complained about that it hadn't shown up, and they just sent me another one. And then like 2 months later, the first one showed up. So yeah, life is good. We're just gonna set this over here. We'll just leave that right with that. Get it all out of the way. Here it looks like we're still not ready to take this valve cover off. And this nut sits in the end of this. It's basically just a cap and stuff, so you don't have to worry about cranking it too much. But of course I gotta put a Torx head on it, you know, so if you're an unlucky person, you don't have a Torx head. Oh, so now it looks like before, well, maybe that'll just slide sideways. Well, it's probably going to want us to take it off, and that looks even smaller. So we had some of the nuts were 8. See, so of course it's not going to be an 8. Stupid GM. I tell you, if they should have got rid of Chevrolet and Cadillac and concentrated their efforts on Pontiac. Anyways, with that, while I figure out what size this is, you're not going to have to wait through that. Alright, it's likely a 7mm. I found a 9/32. So it should be close enough. Oh yeah. They're not going to be tight anyway. This is basically all this does. Show this is a little Probably has a gasket in there. Got that. Get our drill back out. Make it a little bit faster anyway, right? Do not try to break that loose at an angle. I mean, these come out pretty easy, so let's see, that probably pops out. So we need a screwdriver. Oh, yes. There we go. Yeah, looks like that wasn't in too great a shape anyway. I figured we'd probably get a whole new piece. I haven't opened the box up yet. We'll do that. Set that. Set these nuts right here. Well, I guess it's just a little bit stuck. I don't know what we're hung up on. Looks like apparently this valve cover's been painted at some point. Well, I think we're stuck on this. We'll see. We just need one of those pliers. So that might be easier on it. Because I don't want to tear the things. Well, I suppose I'll open up this box. If we get new ones, we can be less careful. Alright, well, we do not get spark plug boots in this kit. Yeah, we'll get some channel locks. That'll be a little bit wider mouth. Maybe that'll be easier on it. Inside, outside. Oh yeah, there we go. We'll take all this stuff and, clean them up while we're here. 'Cause I like to, if I'm going to do something, anytime I have to do something, I will do some preventative maintenance. And now that I've already set one of those screws moving somewhere, that's nice. There it is. We're going to go ahead and put these in the box because leaving them there apparently is not a good idea. Oh, I see one of our spark plug boots is ripped. So we'll be doing the right thing and we'll be fixing that with silicone. I don't really see any oil down on the plugs. So that's cool. It didn't fail there. It'd be nice if that was a little bit more out of the way, wouldn't it? That is probably why they want you to take... Oh. Okay, kids. I realized it's more involved. We need to take... That's why I took the air cleaner off. I'm gonna need to unbolt this daddy, get this out of here. So, we'll get this off and be back with you. You don't have to sit through that garbage. All right, these are 4 15mm bolts. I took them out and they run here and here. Took them off. Oh, and that little clip just fell off. So before we get too far, we'll find him. So we need him, I think. The radiator out of here. And hey, it's nice. It's still raining, so we're gonna put this over here in the rain. Get some WD-40. Get some 409, the greaser. Squirt it on it. Let that sit. All right. Now, before we do anything else, we're gonna try to find that clip. Stuff like that, just, you know, it likes to take off. See, I got myself a magnet, and I was gonna keep the magnet handy so I can use it. What I was planning on doing was just taking this magnet and, you know, kind of fishing around down in there, because that little clip's probably somewhere right around there. Nice if I can see it. That's they like to make things in the way of everything else. So, anyways, screw that guy for a minute. See what we got here. What are we stuck on now? Well, this has still got a bolt here. It's loose, fully mount. Looks like it's getting ready to pull this valve cover off here, and it's getting ready to start the rain. Well, we're gonna pull him off anyways, right? Okay, we got that. Got that. Okay, comes this way. All right. Okay, kids. Ooh, there's one. Oh, he's greasy. The engine's really pretty clean. Makes me happy, happy, happy. All right, let's see. I need to get myself a piece of plastic. All right, get this junk out of here. Well, it looks like I bought this car. It had 111,000 miles on it. So, you see that gasket is blue. I doubt GM's factory gasket was blue. And then, see, we got a little Permatex, the gasket maker here. Yeah, I mean, this stuff's rubber. I mean, it should seal itself, you'd think, right? So now we gotta use a blade and clean that crap off. I mean, if it was supposed to have Permatex on it, they'd have done it from the factory, I'd think. Now, I may be wrong. I'm wrong about a lot of things. Yeah, so we're just gonna go. Yeah, just pick a nice line with your blade. You know, you use a nice blade. You know, kind of cut away from the hole. Get your pieces in your hands so you don't want the stuff to drop down on the head. Because then you got to get out your vacuum and clean it back off. The best thing with stuff like this is just not get in a hurry and have your trash bag handy. Get your pieces, throw them in the trash. You know, sometimes You know, when you're not doing the hard bolts and stuff like that, I kind of like working on cars when it's just like, you know, taking stuff apart and, you know, when you're not in a hurry and your stuff isn't actually broken, you're just doing maintenance stuff like this. You can take your time and just kind of think about whatever else you need to think about. And these cam loads and stuff like that for this kind of miles, they really don't seem to have too much wear. I don't think this car really uses any oil. I have to add oil because these stupid valve covers. Alright. And it's starting to rain again. Alright guys. I got this thing cleaned off. Used 409 with scrub brush. Cleaned it up pretty good. Again, we're not going for a show car. She has 275,000 miles. We're just cleaning the thing up a little bit so we can put it back together. You know, it's one of these holes. These are also little rubber grommets. They also need to come out. Just take your fingers and pull them out. They might stick. You just get a screwdriver, and we'll go ahead and do that. Get a screwdriver and push them through. I didn't find a screwdriver. I found that. That'll take them out. You just need to push against that edge. Get them out of there, because you get new ones with the kit. Yeah, these aren't totally hard. So they haven't been on there since 2001. That's the year of the car. So we get them out of there. Alright. And we'll wipe them out a little bit more. And as for right now, guys, it's getting a little bit late in the day. I'm a little bit hungry. So we'll see you in a little bit. It'll seem like it's just the next minute, but it just may very well be tomorrow for me. Anyways, you guys have a good evening. Alright guys, it is another day. It has quit raining. So we're gonna do something different to take advantage of the weather. Been meaning to work on this truck a little bit, do a little rust control. Grab my tripod here. Well, I tell you what, this gimbal stuff, it leaves something to be desired when you're moving. I bet I can click a number or something on this thing and get the camera to not move. Read the directions one of these days. I've only had the thing for a couple months. Sometimes things take a while when you're stupid. It's just doing a little preventative rust repair. Basically, when I get sand and knock this paint off, get down here, then rust treat this stuff. Oh, I'm gonna give this thing a detail when I get it done. It looks like it got a little bit. We'll just start there in the corner of that rocker. And get that out of there. Now we got some bubbling on the fenders. So we probably got, jeez. Well, we got some there. Let's give this thing a quick bath in these areas.
I'll be waiting right here.
Oh, it looks like we're just gonna, yeah. Looks like every lip is gonna get some action. All right, I'll get my sander and we'll be back. Yeah, let's see here. View of the day today. I'm not gonna stick you right in the sun, but southeast is all right, huh? Anyways, hope you guys are doing good. Man, I'm happy it's not raining. All right, I'm gonna start off with a little bit of 180. Got an electric palm sander here. Shouldn't be too bad. Now, heck, you may as well have a song and not listen to the sander, right? That's right.
steps are jagged. Should I swim? There'll be no return. Nothing gained. There is nothing behind. There is nothing to lose. There is nothing to learn. Such a greedy man. He thinks he makes a stand. He stands for no one. There's no one alone. And if you ask me, though you didn't, I'd admit I don't think he is a very nice man. Name your pain, for the season is open. It's not meant to understand.
right, guys, and with that, I'm gonna go inside and find myself some off. I'm standing here in the yard and stuff, and I'm getting attacked by bitey flies. See you in a bit. As you can see here, we got a little crack there, and I see a little rust at the bottom of that. So we're gonna go ahead and knock them out here real quick while you get. You're gonna get one more song, and then I'll be back to you. These guys shouldn't take too long. What I had in the shout bottle, it was a rust converter product. I can't think exactly what it was. I believe a vapor rust. But anyway, so I tried that. I'm trying different things, see which one I like better or whatever, and this and that what does the better job. The vapor rust seemed to do all right. I bought some rust control stuff from Harbor Freight, and it was absolute trash. I saw it recommended. What to do after the vapor rust. So I did a little bit of research and stuff like that. People say that this Total Boat Rust Primer stuff is pretty good. It says it stops rust in its tracks, prepares metal for paint, and improves finish durability. I don't know about all that, but basically, I'm getting all the loose crap that I can off. Getting back to metal, you see that your spots of your metal. You have your actual rust spot, but then away from that, you'll have an area that isn't as oxidized. Well, you need to get that cleaned down the metal too, because that's still rust and it's just hasn't really penetrated the surface. If you want to get back there, I'll show you what I'm talking about. You can see the vapor rust stuff. It's working. That foaming, that's where the metal was a little bit rusty. It's doing a little bit of chemical process. So I'm going to do this on here a couple times. These been soaking a little bit longer. I made it all the way to a halt, that you can see. But a lot of the stuff. So you have your worst damage here, but you'll have a circle around the area that just looks a little bit dark. Well, that's rust too. So you want to make sure when you're doing this kind of stuff, you know, you get there back to the primer. You want to make sure you get back to the edge of the rust. You know, and treat as much as you can. And I'll probably give this another coat. Give it all a couple coats before I go to the rust primer. You know, granted, this is just a little, you know, a little home jobby. A friend asked me to help him out. Do a little bit of rust maintenance on his truckie. He's an older fella and he wants to, you know, it's a good old truck, runs good. So he wants to keep the thing around as, you know, as long as he needs it. That old stuff. It's nice to do that. Need to get back on these kids here. Do a little bit of fun with them. Here I got a buddy gave me an electric antenna for this guy. Like to fill that hole, but then to get the antenna in there, it looks like I have to pull the fender off. Not all that thrilled about that idea. But right now, I think that's where I'm at with this video. Of course, I'm gonna get back on the Seville. So if you guys are interested in following that along, it'll be on my next video. Basically, I'm gonna clean the valve cover gasket up a little bit more, put the gaskets back in, and, you know, reassemble that side. And then I gotta get to the back side. Hopefully that will be a little bit better. But anyways, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Hope you guys are doing good. Please like, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend. You know, granted I'm an idiot, but I'm having a little bit of fun. I hope you guys are having a little bit of fun. And, you know, you're listening to some music, original music from around the world. Bonsai out.